I don't even know how to start this video. I am super excited to talk about this subject. If you know me or if you hung out with me, you will know that this is one of my top favorite books. If you're watching this and you know me, you probably think you know what I'm going to talk about, but you don't, because you don't know me. You think you know, but you don't. This is the true Hollywood story of DougieBlahBlah. Is that how it used to go? Just to show you how serious I am about this topic, I have put on my business outfit, I am a professional businessman skeleton creature thing. I've gotten off topic again. So back in 10th grade, it was either 10th grade or 9th grade, I can't remember. My teacher gave me a list of books that she thought that I would enjoy reading for like our reading assignments that we would get, right? It was English class. It was one random book that I can't remember. The other book was Hunger Games, which I didn't read until like when the first movie was gonna come out, and then I realized, oh, like Hunger Games. And then the third book was this book that honestly changed my life. That sounds really dramatic, but this book, this one and another book that maybe I'll talk about in the future, but this book seriously, like, it left such an impact on me. The book that I decided to read from that list that my teacher gave me that changed my life forever was Looking for Alaska. I feel like I am hyping up this video so much, but you do not understand how much I care about this book. There is a special thing that is happening with this book, and it's actually happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day. After years and years and years of waiting, this book is finally going to be adapted to a series. When I first read this book was going to be made into a movie back in 2013. I was super hyped, right? 2013 comes along, there's no update about this book being turned into a film, none of that. 2015 comes around again, it's really going to be made into a movie again. The project fell through, nothing happened, and then last year it was announced that it was going to be made into a Hulu series. And my thing was that you have played with my emotions for so many years, I can't believe you anymore. Not to be dramatic, I really would check since the announcement that it was going to be made into a Hulu series. I would check every single month to see like if there was any update, who was casted, all of this, and then like I wouldn't see anything new, so I just thought, oh, like the project has fallen through. Then a few months ago, they finally released like a teaser trailer, and then they released like the official release date, which is tomorrow, October 18th. It's going to be such a dope day. Looking for Alaska is by John Green. If you don't know him, you do know him. He's actually the same person that wrote Fault in Our Stars, which was adapted into a movie, and then he wrote Paper Towns, which was also adapted into a film. And see, that's the thing that confused me. When The Fault in Our Stars got announced and it got made into a movie, I was like, okay, so you've been teasing me with Looking for Alaska for years now, and you're just going to make this film? Alright, that's cool. If anything, it did make me a little bit excited, because then I was like, if they're making this book into a film, maybe they'll finally make Looking for Alaska. And then you know what they did? They made Paper Towns, and I was like, why? Where is Looking for Alaska? If you have never heard of this book or read about this book, it's basically a coming of age story. See, I don't want to talk about it too much because something very significant happens that changes the course of where the book is gonna go, or the story of the book, and I don't want to say what it is because it's just going to spoil it. I've read this book 3 times in my life. The first time was back when I was in high school, and I was just being my little emo little self. I definitely just like enjoyed the story overall because it was like a coming of age story, and I was, you know, like coming a grown up, so like I took it that way. Then the second time I read this book, I read it to kind of get over a breakup. It was weird because the character Alaska reminded me a lot about my ex. Once again, I guess I became like a little like emo child again, and there's like this quote in the book: she came like a hurricane. His life was pretty like plain and like grounded before, and then she came into his life, and like a hurricane, just everything went all over the place. The third time I read it was just because I had missed the characters a lot. That's a cool thing about reading, and when you know that something's gonna happen, like I knew that the significant part was coming up, so like I literally spent like weeks not reading past the happy parts of the book because I didn't want to get sad. And then I read it again to the end, and then weirdly enough, like this time I did not get sad. I guess it's because I'm older and I understand how life works, and like there are certain things in life that just happen that you can't control. You just kind of have to accept. It was definitely a different mentality, and I got different things from this book. There are some points that I want to talk about, the book and the Hulu adaptation. The first thing that I actually wanted to talk about was the cast. Back when I first read the book and I thought they were going to make it into a movie, I had a specific idea of what the cast was going to look like. It's obviously not going to look like that anymore. There's basically like 5 main characters. Really, there's more, but these are the 5. What I feel like is the 5. I mean, 6 main characters. I don't really count the dean. I'm talking about more like the friends. The first one, her name is, it's spelled Lara. I pronounce that Lara, but I don't know, some people pronounce it Lara, so I wouldn't wouldn't really know what to say for that character. If you ever saw Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, the girl who is in the Triwizard Tournament, I always imagine her playing this character for some reason. I don't even know the actress's name, so that's my bad. Well, I know that Takumi in the book is supposed to be a Japanese descent, I'm pretty sure. So as long as they picked an actual Asian character, I would have been okay with any person playing him. I never had like a specific person. Chip Martin, I recently learned that Colonel, that's his nickname. It's not pronounced Colonel, it's pronounced Coronel. I still don't know how to say it, but where is that R even coming from? Like, the main characteristics that they have for him is that he is supposed to be 5 feet and that he is supposed to be built like the scale model of Adonis. I just imagine a jawline for some reason. So the person that would always pop up into my head was Josh Hutcherson, like he's from the Hunger Games. I just imagine him with like a buzz cut for some reason. For Alaska, the person that I always imagined playing her was, I don't know how to say her name perfectly, Kaya Scodelario. Most people probably know her from The Maze Runner, but I know her from when she used to play Effie from Skins. For Miles, I always imagine Logan Lerman playing him, because at that point he was pretty relevant, and I think he had just done Perks of Being a Wallflower. So that's what my ideal cast looked like. The cast now is obviously none of those people, but overall I'm really happy with who they've chosen. The only thing that caught me off guard a little bit was Chip Martin, or the Coronel. I still don't know how to say that word. I like who they picked. It just caught me off guard that he was tall, and I know that sounds really dumb, but the thing about that character is that, like, specifically his trait was that he was short. I know it sounds silly, but could they not have found a short person to play the role? I'm pretty sure, so it would have been nice to see myself be represented. So that's more of a personal thing. Every guy in Hollywood has to be tall, and for some reason, and I'm just not. So, you know, it is what it is. Overall, like, the person that they casted for him, I'm really happy with him. For Alaska, the girl that they casted, if you ever seen Sierra Burgess is a Loser, it's her. Or like the mean girl from there. I remember her being a mean girl. I don't know, I might be wrong. I never thought about her playing this character, but then when they casted her and I started looking at her Instagram, it was like, yo, this is Alaska Young, like, for sure. The person that they casted for Miles, I've never heard of this kid. I think it works well too with Miles' character, because he's like the new kid into this school, because they go to a private school or a boarding school. Oh, yeah, it's a boarding school. The person that they chose for Miles in Alaska, they are actual fans of the book. Like, they've actually read the book, so they're familiar with the story. So to me, that gives me a comfort of knowing that they want to do their characters justice. You know, like, it's not just like a random character that they're portraying. Like, they know these characters and that they want to do their best job at making them come to life. Second thing that I wanted to talk about was movie versus TV series. It's obviously not going to be made into a movie anymore. First, I was like, no, I really wanted a movie, but then I started thinking about it and I was like, it's more better that it's a series, because they get to take their time developing each character and the storyline, and they don't have to rush things. Yeah, I'm definitely overall more excited to see how the series is going to be. Also, I'm really nervous too, though, because with it being a series, they have more time to add different stuff. I'm sure that they're going to add different stuff that's not in the book. And sometimes when that happens, they add stuff that did not need to be added, so that makes me a little bit nervous. The only other concern that I have, and I'm hoping, praying that this does not happen, just don't tell the whole story in this book in one season and then add more seasons still using this name, looking for Alaska, and the characters, when everything that happened already happened. Like, don't, you know what I mean? That would definitely ruin it for me. The third point that I wanted to talk about when it comes to the Hulu series being released was the music. I am so excited for what music that they are going to use in this show. See, back when I first read this book, like I said, it was for an English class, and then we had to do like an assignment on it, and we got to choose what we wanted to do. And for me, I chose to do like create a soundtrack to the book. So I picked 5 songs basically for certain scenes. First one that I picked for like a specific scene in the book was I Want to Hold Your Hand Across the Universe. The second one was We No Speak Americano. The third song that I chose was The Words Best Friend Become Redefined by Chiodos. The fourth one was World Behind My Wall by Tokyo Hotel. And then the fifth one was Call It Off by Tegan and Sarah. I don't want to spoil anything for the series or for the book. Maybe in the future, like once the series has been out for a while, I'll go back and I talk about why I chose each song. That's another thing that I'm really excited about this show, is to see what music they are going to use for certain scenes versus like what songs I had chosen for those scenes back when I was still in high school because of this project that I had done. Yeah, I really think that's it. Oh, one last thing that I wanted to do was that I realized that I never actually saw the full trailer, and it's been out for a while. Alright, so I found it. Looking for Alaska trailer. Ooh! official, a Hulu original. Here we go. I'm like, what, 11 seconds into it and already have to take a break. This actor that is going to be playing Miles, I am so excited. Ooh, this book has so many like iconic quotes in it, and one of them is, I seek a great perhaps, and like the way that he just said it and delivered it, it's like, it's perfect. They just showed the actress walking, literally all she was doing, and they were like, who's that? Alaska Young. She didn't speak or anything, she's just walking, and her aura is so Alaska. I'm excited for it. I love this person that they chose for Miles. He is literally Logan Lerman reincarnated without him having to die first, if that makes any sense. Like, just the way that they speak and their mannerism, he is going to be the perfect Miles. How will I ever get out of this labyrinth? Alaska said it, and goosebumps. They are doing a really good job at showing that something dramatic and traumatic is going to happen within the series, but they're doing such a good job at tiptoeing around it, so they're not spoiling anything in the trailer, but you know that something is about to go down somewhere in the season. Okay, that trailer, honestly, like the first half of it was kind of like meh, and then towards the end it started to get really good. I really like the song that they showed us for the trailer too. The last lyrics of that song said like it was an honest mistake. That's all I have for this video. I know that it's probably been a lot of nothing, but like, you don't understand how excited I am for this book. I have been waiting basically 9 years for this to be released, for some sort of adaptation to be made, and it's finally going through. There's no way that they're going to cancel or the project is going to fall through. Like, I mean, it has a release date, it has been casted, it's been filmed, it's going to happen, and like in less than 24 hours I am going to see something that I've been waiting for 9 years. This is amazing. Cannot wait for it to be tomorrow already. But yeah, I'm so excited. Once again, looking for Alaska. Comes out tomorrow, October 18th. Read the book even though the series is coming out. Watch the series, compare them, have fun with it. I think I'm just gonna end it at that because I have nothing else to say except that I'm so excited for tomorrow, and that's it. Okay, bye.